Us won at last. Still trying to absorb one shock after another. And how are we greeted upon our arrival? A day of police interrogation. We didn't reach the hotel until now.
Oh, my feet are killing me. My back. The police might as well have beaten me. What brutes. Oh, those embarrassing personal questions, as if I were a criminal when we already know the truth.
Yes, the police could have simply relied on Monsieur Poirot's explanations. It would have saved us from wasting our entire day at the police station.
Fortunately, we're leaving tomorrow. They won't be seeing me in Egypt again anytime soon, I can tell you that.
Thank you for assisting me with the official statement to the police today, Miss Royce. Repeating it all for the police requires great patience.
I agree with you on that, Mr. Poirot. But I enjoyed the expressions on their faces as you explained the facts. It was my pleasure. At any rate, I understand we won't have to return there tomorrow.
No, the Egyptian police can take over from here. The narrative I provided seems to satisfy them. The case will be officially closed.
My God, I'm so hungry.
Then let's eat. All this excitement has made me quite hungry as well, my boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, your dinner is ready to be served. If you would kindly proceed to the terrace, everything has been arranged.
Waiter, another glass, if you please. Care to have another one with me, my friend?
I'm afraid I don't drink as fast as you, Mr. Pennington. My glass is still only half full.
Oh, no. That's half empty. It must be refilled.
What is the reason for all of this enthusiasm?
It's because I'm celebrating. You're talking to the richest man in England. This trip has been the most lucrative of my career.
If it is not impolite to ask, what are you going to do when you return to England, Miss Rice?
I'm not taking on any new cases right away. There's more I need to know about Emmy's murderers. I'm going to dig deeper into the Spire organization.
A task very dangerous, I think. Do you have any idea where you will start?
Yes, Riquetti had a satchel containing some documents. I haven't had the time to look through them until now, but I'm hoping they'll give me some leads.
It is a big case you're tackling, Miss Royce. A dangerous one. I wish you the best of luck. Please keep me informed. And if there is anything I can do, please just ask.
Waiter! Actually, just bring me the bottle. That'll be quicker.
Good night, Miss Royce.
Good night.
Miss Royce, come join me. I tire of my book. You wouldn't be up for a game of chess, would you?
How did you know I played? No, never mind. I'm sure your little grey cells told you. I probably won't be able to give you much of a match, but I'd be delighted.
So, the documents from Riquetti. Did you find anything?
An interior motive for the invitation. Nothing particularly interesting.
Do not be discouraged. I find chess helps clear my mind. It may help you too. You may play white.
And here we go.
Checkmate.
I didn't have much hope of beating you, but I enjoyed the match.
Don't be modest. You keep me on my toes. Since I won, will you grant me a question that's been intriguing me for months?
You've earned it. Go ahead.
When we first met at the club Chez Ma Tante, how did you know that it was Joanna Southwood who had stolen the engagement ring? To me, the only explanation would be that you saw her.
Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most likely. That's right. I saw Joanna come out of the storage room with the ring.
Et voilà. Sometimes the solution is as simple as that.
Quick! Help! There's someone floating in the pool!
Oh no! Who is it?
It's Mr. Pennington! I checked his pulse. He's dead.
He drowned? This is horrible. What a tragic accident.
A rather odd accident, wouldn't you say?
What do you mean? The man had been drinking non-stop. Wait, you're not seriously suggesting this could be another murder, are you? Not here. My God, that would be a nightmare for the hotel's reputation. Mr. Poirot, we can't call the police. If they come, it will cause chaos. We'll have to close down. Please, Mr. Poirot, I am begging you. Can you help?
I will see what I can find. But the police must be called when I tell you.
As soon as you give the word, Mr. Poirot, you have my word.
Like some help?
Thank you, Miss Royce. But what I do now, it is not precisely correct. If there is blame, I would prefer it land on me alone.
Okay, but I can at least get Dr. Bessner to examine the body.
Thank you again, Mr. Poirot. I'll head back to the front desk and keep the guests and our staff from the pool area.
And unfortunately, thanks to the receptionist, news of Pennington's death will be all over the hotel. Very well, Poirot. One day you must learn to say no. But for now, you had better examine the scene. Well, Mr. Pennington, it seems you will not be able to enjoy the newly acquired wealth you were boasting about to all who could hear.
Another death? It's a nightmare. I thought the tragedies would end once we left the boat. You haven't touched anything, have you?
You ask this of Hercule Poirot, Doctor?
Oh, all right. Apologies. But I'll have to pull him out of the water to examine him. Let's have a look at things. I can confirm that he is dead. No big surprise there. Time of death? Exact time complicated by the pool, which is heated. A more thorough examination will help. But he can't have been floating here long, unnoticed, with all the hotel guests and staff. Would you mind comparing your observations with mine?
With pleasure. No signs of a struggle on the hands.
Indeed. Not conclusive. So, in your opinion, did Mr. Pennington drown?
If he had drowned, the body would have sunk due to water entering his lungs just before death. So, the fact that he is floating tells us there is still air in his lungs, not water. So he did not die by drowning.
Exactly. I reached the same conclusion.
I see an open wound at the back of the head, and there is blood on the edge of the pool, suggesting the victim's head hit the edge of the pool, causing the fracture.
Yes, causing severe head trauma. The location is not ideal, but I'll continue my examination and make certain no one disturbs the body.
Thank you for your observations and for keeping watch over the body. What do we have here? A small stain. Possibly blood. This bottle is unreachable for the moment. moustache to cherish. With all these bottles and the quantity of alcohol I saw him drink at the table, he must have been quite intoxicated. This record is perfect for my collection. Found another one. It was easy. An empty champagne bottle? Can one human being truly consume that much alcohol? Congratulations. This must be the right solution. Exactly. I'm right. That's logical. For now, it appears the victim was attacked and fell into the pool, striking the back of his head, resulting in his death. This scenario seems to be the most plausible one. An attack perhaps not premeditated, but it's certain that Pennington's death was not accidental. It seems my work in Egypt is not complete. There is a murderer in this hotel. Who else could have succeeded? The only way to access the pool is by way of the terrace. I spent almost the entire evening sitting facing the terrace entrance. I should be able to remember who came in and out to create an initial list of witnesses and suspects. I should go back to where I was sitting earlier to help jog my memory. Another little treasure for my collection. You can never have too many of these. You can never have too many of these. I must remember if I saw people coming or going from the terrace at the time. I now know who the suspects are. Miss Royce, Mr. Ferguson, Tim Allerton, Rosalie Otterbourne, Mr. Hayashi, and Miss Bowers. I need to interrogate them.
Is your investigation progressing, sir? You're concluding it was an accident? Can we call the police?
Not yet, my friend. I'm sorry. You were at the reception desk tonight? You must have seen all the comings and goings of the guests, correct?
Unfortunately, not all the time. After dinner, I had to deal with a small water leak in room 111. I came back down around 9 p.m., and then I was at my post. You arrived just after my return and played chess with Miss Royce. I probably didn't see much more than you did.
Well, Poirot, you knew it wasn't going to be that easy. Mr. Allerton? Well, Tim Allerton isn't in his room. Good evening, Mr. Hayashi.
Monsieur Poirot, what brings you here?
More sad news, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, Mr. Pennington has died.
Another murder? But surely you caught the murderers. How many can there be?
Oh, in my experience, you never can tell.
I assume you want to question me. Would you like to come in?
Thank you. I understand that you didn't have much affection for Pennington.
That's true, but to be glad about his death? No, that is not who I am.
Can you tell me what you did this evening?
After dinner, I went to chat with Miss Bowers in the amphitheater. Miss Bowers left, but I stayed for a while. Mr. Pennington was still there. I went back to my room around 8:30 p.m. Then I went back around 10:30 p.m., and there was no one outside. I went back to my room a few minutes later. I haven't moved from here since.
Thank you for your testimony.
At your service.
Found another one. Good evening. Sorry to disturb you at this late hour.
Not a problem, Mr. Poirot. As you can see, I wasn't asleep. Is there something wrong?
May I come in?
Well, as you wish.
Good evening, Monsieur Poirot.
Good evening. I apologize for interrupting. I'm afraid I bear more bad news. Mr. Pennington is dead.
My God.
Another death? Will this madness never end?
How are you holding up, miss?
I confess I'm terrified. Tim has been looking after me.
That's good of you, Mr. Allerton.
I'm doing what I can.
Could you both tell me about your evening?
It's simple. We've been together all evening.
After dinner, we went for a walk in the garden.
Did you see Mr. Pennington there?
Yes, he was alone by the pool, gulping down something alcoholic.
We came back inside around 8 p.m. It was starting to get cold.
Did you go out again?
Yes, around 9:30 p.m. We relaxed in the amphitheater for half an hour or so. These desert nights can be sweltering. Then we came back inside.
And Mr. Pennington, did you see him during your time there?
I'm afraid I was only paying attention to this lady here.
Mr. Pennington wasn't there anymore.
Are you sure? By the pool, perhaps?
Absolutely certain. I didn't see anyone by the pool either, going or coming back.
Thank you. Clearly, the room was prepared by the hotel staff, but Pennington never set foot in his room. He didn't even unpack his things, too eager to celebrate his literal good fortune. When I think that I almost missed it. Good evening. Am I disturbing you?
I was analysing Ricchetti's documents. I could use a break.
It won't take long. Do you need help with your analysis?
That's kind of you, but I need to do it alone if I'm going to remember everything.
I understand. Even the little grey cells can't hold everything. You spent most of the evening with me, but you were on the terrace before I arrived. I thought you might have seen something, even if it didn't seem important at the time.
No, I've thought back, but no luck. Mr. Ferguson arrived just a little after me. We just quickly shared a cigarette together.
And before that?
Before 9 p.m. I was in my room working on Ricchetti's files.
Then you joined me. I see.
That's right. I'm sorry, I hope it helps you a little.
Who can tell? I'll let you get back to your work. Dr. Bessner is outside by the pool, guarding Pennington's body. If I want to question Miss Bowers, she's outside on the terrace. The occupant is not a suspect for now. I don't need to disturb them. Good evening, Mr. Ferguson. Would you mind? I have a few questions regarding your schedule for this evening.
I've already been questioned all day by the police. Is this really necessary?
Unfortunately, yes. Mr. Pennington has been found dead here in the hotel this evening.
Good God. Well, all his money won't do him any good where he is now, will it?
I'm not interested in a character endorsement, monsieur. What do you plan to do after Egypt?
I was thinking of, well, returning to my family.
You've never mentioned your family.
We're not very close, my family and I, but this time returning to England, the Virginia Water area. Do you know it?
Ah, Virginia Water. In Runnymede? Quite lovely, I believe. You come from more affluent origins than you let on. Tell me about your evening.
My evening? Well, after dinner, I stayed at my table for a while to enjoy that view one last time. After a while, I'd say around 8:30 p.m., I went back to my room.
Did you see anyone outside at that time?
I remember seeing Tim and Rosalie taking a stroll. Pennington was guzzling something down by the pool. Oh, and Hayashi and Mrs. Allerton were chatting in the amphitheater.
And then?
Around 9:10 p.m., I wanted to smoke. I realized I'd forgotten my cigarettes at my table. So I went back down and ran into Miss Royce. She borrowed a cigarette from me. We smoked together, chatted, and she's quite a remarkable woman. Then we went back inside.
How long did you stay there?
Just enough time for a cigarette, about 10 minutes at most. After that, I didn't leave my room again.
And Mr. Pennington, did you see him while you were smoking?
No, we were leaning against the railing facing the pool. There wasn't a soul outside.
Very well. Thank you. You can never have too... Miss Bowers, may I have a word with you?
Of course, Monsieur Poirot. How can I help you?
I'm investigating. How are you? Not too shaken up?
After our trip up the Nile, I think I'm immune to the shakes.
Can you tell me about your evening?
Of course. After dinner, Mr. Hayashi and I spent some time chatting in the amphitheater. When I went back to my room, it must have been around 8 p.m., and Mr. Pennington was drunk, or so I thought, lying in a deck chair by the pool, clearly inebriated. A little later, I heard him yelling at someone from my room. I had my window open, you see. He was hurling insults, but I couldn't hear what the other person was saying. Then there was a splash, like someone diving in or falling into the water. Pennington continued shouting threats.
Threats?
I'm going to kill you. You don't know who you're dealing with. That sort of thing. He sounded furious.
And then? What else did you hear?
After a few minutes, once he calmed down, nothing else. Everything seemed normal until I decided to go back outside around 10:40 p.m. or so. That's when I found Pennington floating in the pool and rushed back in to inform you.
A fight? So he was still alive when he fell or was pushed into the pool. Thank you, Miss Bowers. Someone is lying. With the elements I have, The time of death is between 10 p.m. and 10:40 p.m. Bowers is definitely innocent because she didn't have the time to kill Pennington. If it were Miss Royce, Mr. Ferguson, Tim Allerton, or Rosalie Otterborn who had lied, Mr. Hayashi would have had to find the body floating. However, he claims to have seen nothing. So since he is the last one to say he saw nothing, he must be lying. My little grey...
Come in.
Can you tell...
After dinner, Miss Bowers left. I went back to my... Then I went back around... I went back to my room.
Something isn't right. Sir, you are lying to me.
Sir, I'm not.
You claim to have seen nothing when you went out at 10:30 p.m. However, you are the last person to have gone out before Miss Bowers found Pennington's body 5 minutes later.
But if I didn't see anything and Bowers tells you she discovered the body, why aren't you accusing her?
Because she was outside for less than a minute. It would have been impossible for her to kill him and then come back in. Why would she lie to me?
I killed him. I knew it. I never wanted it to happen like this. I feel so guilty.
Calm down, Mr. Hayashi. Give me everything from the beginning, and do it calmly.
As I told you, Miss Bowers went back before me. But when I finally decided to head back up, Pennington started picking a fight with me. He was completely drunk, spouting rambling nonsense that I could barely understand. And the last thing I wanted was to put up with it.
So, it was you that Miss Bowers heard from her room.
At one point, he lost it and started to physically attack me. I pushed him away, perhaps a bit too violently. He fell into the pool. He was thrashing around in the water, insulting me and threatening me. I admit that the situation amused me, and I left him in the water. I went back to my room. He was still yelling when I left. I just thought he would get back out on his own. But in reality, he drowned.
Are you sure he was alive when you left him?
Yes, but around 10 p.m., I started having doubts and felt a little worried, given how drunk he was. I went back down to check if he was okay, and I found him floating in the pool. Because of me, he'd been there for hours. When I realized he was dead, I panicked and I went back up to my room.
Even though he seems honest when telling his story, some things don't add up with what I've discovered. Let's go over his testimony again. That doesn't match with what I know. Mr. Hayashi, you told me that Pennington drowned. I can assure you that he died from hitting his head on the edge of the pool.
I don't understand. He didn't hit his head. I pushed him into the water.
And there's more. That doesn't align itself with what I know. Mr. Hayashi, you think you left Mr. Pennington dead in the pool for hours. But if that were the case, several people would have seen him between the time you pushed him and the moment you found him. However, I have no testimony that supports this.
I'm lost. What are you implying? That I killed him when I went back the second time?
I'm not implying anything. I'm stating facts.
I'm telling you again. At 10:30 p.m., he was already dead. When I saw him, I tried to turn him over to check his pulse, but it was already too late. I remember the bottles he had put in his jacket fell into the water. I got scared. I put him back the way I found him and ran away. That's the absolute truth.
A moment, please. Bottles? What bottles?
He had been drinking the whole evening. He was so drunk that he even put 2 empty champagne bottles in his jacket.
But why didn't you tell me that earlier?
I don't know, because I didn't think it mattered, I suppose.
Ugh.
But come on, Mr. Poirot. What difference does it make that he had bottles in his jacket? He was drunk.
Mr. Hayashi, it changes absolutely everything.
Does that mean you believe me?
It would be different if I didn't, but time. A container of coarse salt for replacing chlorine in swimming pool water. I'm going to need that. Here we are, fishing again. Another bottle of alcohol. Another. This is the bottle Mr. Hayashi mentioned. Let's see what it can tell me. There's a white residue at the bottom. It's salt, without a doubt. Excellent. Bottles filled with salt were used as weights to sink the body. The salt took a long time to dissolve in the water. Once it had almost completely dissolved, the body resurfaced. Who is the world's greatest detective? That explains why several witnesses didn't see Mr. Pennington around the pool. And more importantly, it changes the time of death that I had estimated between 10 p.m. and 10:40 p.m. Who else could have succeeded? So, Mr. Pennington was killed after Mr. Hayashi argued with him. But before, I was in the lobby and witnessed the comings and goings on the terrace. Another victory. What a clever plan. This murderer is no amateur. With this new perspective, I no longer have any witnesses or alibis at the time of the crime. I'm back to square one.
Ah, Mr. Poirot, I was looking for you.
Voila, you have found me.
I remembered what Pennington said to me during our argument.
I'm listening.
At the time when he threatened to kill me, I didn't understand. But the more I think about it, the more I believe it's important.
Tell me everything.
He said to me, "Stop sticking your nose in my business. You're lucky Riquetti isn't around anymore. He would have taken care of you." Well, it seems like Pennington and Riquetti knew each other, doesn't it?
It does, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Hayashi.
Glad to have helped you.
Pennington murdered. Pennington and Riquetti knew each other. The clues are coming together. Miss Royce, are you here? Door open, room empty. Something's wrong. Something has happened. I should inspect the room. This lamp has been put back in place, but it must have fallen to the floor. Clock is broken. Stopped at 8:53 p.m. Miss Royce taped some things to the wall. Evidence cards, clues. What did she discover? This document must have come from Riquetti's satchel. But where is the rest? And where is the satchel? That's logical. Impressive. correct. Right. You know, Miss Royce, the last time I spoke to someone on this bench, she had the same sad and defeated look.
It's a good place to reflect.
I'm not used to giving compliments, but you are an excellent detective. Your help was invaluable in unmasking Jacqueline de Belfort and Simon Doyle. I thank you again.
It was a privilege to work with you, Mr. Poirot. You are undoubtedly the best detective I have ever known.
And yet, there are days like today when I would rather not be.
I really hoped I could spare you this moment.
You neatly threw me off the scent. The idea of the salt bottles was quite clever. Truly clever and executed perfectly. It required Mr. Hayashi to remember the bottle stuck in the victim's jacket. Even then, only an outstanding detective could grasp the critical importance of this detail in the investigation. Delaying the discovery of the body, very ingenious. I long believed that the death occurred just before the body was found. You made it seem like the murder occurred much later, thereby creating a rock-solid alibi for yourself at the time of the body's discovery. One must appreciate the irony, as it was I who inadvertently provided you with that alibi by inviting you to play chess. But I suppose you wouldn't have had any trouble finding another way. And you also needed someone who could testify that the pool was empty when you were there. After sinking the body, you deliberately waited for someone to come out onto the terrace. That was Ferguson. You made sure he saw that the pool was empty. By leaving an empty bottle at the top of the stairs by the dock, you hoped to make it seem like Pennington had gone down to the docks by himself all along. But ultimately, your presence on the terrace before Ferguson's arrival worked against you. Once the hypothesis of a death at 10 p.m. was ruled out, you became my primary suspect by default. You know, the how in a murder is important. But for me, the key point is why. Why kill Pennington? When I found your room door open, I almost wondered if you had done it on purpose. And everything became clear when it dawned on me that you had ransacked the room yourself. My theory is that you discovered something in Ricchetti's papers that made you furious. But I couldn't verify it because you made the documents disappear. I imagine that they must now be at the bottom of the Nile, along with Ricchetti's satchel. The river bottom was a very popular dumping ground throughout this case. My belief is that you discovered Pennington was connected to Emmy's murder. And that drove you into a rage.
That bastard. He was the one who ordered Ricchetti to kill my Emmy. When I realised that, I lost it.
Explain to me what happened.
Don't try to humour me, Mr. Poirot. I know very well you've already figured it out.
Perhaps, but I'd like to hear it from your perspective, if you would indulge me.
Very well. When I realised, I lost it. I turned my room upside down, ripped everything apart. I stormed downstairs to find Pennington. He was completely drunk and laughed in my face, mocking Emmy when I confronted him. He said I could never prove it. But of course, it was never my intent to prove it. I pushed him with all my strength. He fell on the edge of the pool and that was it. Flesh hitting concrete.
It's a shame it came to that.
I'm sorry. I could say I never meant to kill him, but in truth, I don't regret my actions. I suppose you're going to turn me into the police now?
The police? Why should I do that? The evidence is clear. It was an accident. Mr. Pennington was drunk. He slipped and fell and died from hitting his head.
Thank you, Mr. Poirot.
Do not thank me. You are at heart a good person. It is not the past that matters, but the future. But you must live with what you did. And that is punishment enough, I think. If I'm any judge. The night has been long. I wish you a good night, Miss Royce. Indeed. You know I have to.
And what if I decided to deny everything? After all, you have no physical evidence.
When your clothes are tested, I'm confident they will find pool salt residue. And of course, they will have Poirot as a witness for the prosecution.
You are something else, Mr. Poirot. In any case, I don't intend to deny it. I will tell everything to the police. I've made peace with myself. Emmy is avenged. That's all that matters.